Alright people, we're back with the hot topics. Like we said, some ribeyes on the Weber.
Yeah, we're going with salt, pepper, and garlic powder tonight.
Garlic powder got added into this for Stevie.
Some extra mustard.
You know, not to throw stones or anything, but you know,
we don't live in glass houses, Steve.
Steve, when it's this juicy, you know, there's some comments that need to be made.
Fatal Attraction Part 2.
He only had 3 encounters in 3 weeks.
You know what I say to that?
With this young lady.
Bullshit. Let's start with that.
I mean, what do we think about Stevie? Let's start off with you, Steve.
Number 1, 2 words for you. Serial infidelity. I mean, you know, back in his Mets days, the guy had to take a short leave of absence because he couldn't keep the boy in his pants. So you're gonna tell me you've only had 3 encounters with this girl?
Yeah.
You know what, Steve? God love you. You want to throw it around, but step it up, brother.
Step it up a little. I mean, we're talking about, like I said earlier. You know, this girl, you know, his mistress. She made Monica Lewinsky look like a perfect 10 model. I mean, are we kidding you? I mean, really, that's what I mean. Like serial infidel. I mean, it's true. You must just like be so addicted to the art of sex that you must just go around and just
you gotta have it there
and just go to town on whatever is there because
it's Fatal Attraction Part 2 at a theater near you. You know, it's horrible. I mean, look, he did it to himself. It's all over the internet, all over the papers.
Yeah.
Just imagine living like that. I mean, just seeing that out there.
Yeah, I mean,
what are you gonna do?
You know that aside, the woman, the young lady, whatever. People are saying. They feel sorry for her, she's so young. I don't. She's 22 years old.
Make her own decisions.
Let's go. She took it beyond. She's on Facebook, you know, contacting Phillips's kid, 16-year-old son, talking about how she's his classmate, and she's pretending she's his classmate, and that she overheard his mother talking about, you know, telling somebody at his brother's baseball game that her father was leaving. You know, leaving her, and, you know, do they sleep in the same bed and this and that? I mean, she took it way. That's why I don't feel bad for that. She's texting the wife, leaving voicemails.
Oh, well, he has a history of this when he was with the Mets, and now he got suspended by ESPN for a week. I mean,
he's not ever going back to ESPN.
No, he's
I'll tell you now, his career is done.
You play, you pay.
He's the next Harold Reynolds.
ESPN's like a huge orgy frat house. You got Harold Reynolds. Playing grab ass with every intern that walked by. Can you copy this for me? Can you copy this?
I want to work there. You got a contact for me?
I'm working on it.
He was the Bob Lobel of ESPN.
Bobby Lobel. I mean, it's like, no, it's ridiculous. The whole story. I mean, nothing really has come out on her side of it. This is all.
So you guys think he's going to get canned?
I think for his own. I can't see. You know.
You
know, it's funny with these things because you have people like Marv Albert putting on pantyhose,
yeah, exactly.
You know, and garters and shit, and he's back on the air. Yes.
Yeah, I guess he didn't get caught.
You know, bottom line is he's done with ESPN. I agree. He may take a Marvin.
He might resurface.
He's gonna take a Marvin leave of absence.
Shave the goatee and
cut the hair. Dye his hair. Get that stuff you see on TV. Brush it right in.
Keith Hernandez.
Yeah. We're doing commercials with Keith.
And Emmett, hey, something's got to pay the bills after he gets divorced.
So then so to Steve, good luck in your endeavors. But we had a little Pop Warner incident in suburbia. If you want to call Wilmington suburbia.
This guy looked horrendous.
If people didn't see this is in Massachusetts, in Wilmington. This is just, I mean, you had Michael
Friday night practice.
Yeah, you had Michael Van Gaal, okay, and William Reynolds is the coach. Van Gaal brought his kid to practice 10 minutes late. The coach says run. Okay, I agree. Run.
Absolutely.
It's my fault that he's here late. He shouldn't run. Run. Doesn't matter whose fault it is. This is the problem with the world now. Everyone's got a goddamn excuse for everything.
He ordered him to do laps, right?
Yeah, run. Go run. So they had a dispute, you know. Van Gaal called Reynolds a fat boy or something, you know, and Van Gaal
about his weight, exactly.
And from the looks of Van Gaal, he's not like Justin Slim Fast by the case. He was a big boy too.
He had the South Beach diet,
straight out of The Sopranos. I mean, so they agreed to go settle their differences
In the
In the
bushes.
woods.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea, guys. How old are we? 12? I mean, so one thing leads to another. They start whacking the shit out of each other.
Outside, you know, like kind
Yeah.
They start going at it in the woods. I mean,
Somebody gets their eye socket bashed in. I mean,
my stepsons, and before I was even married, I was going to Pop Warner games in South Boston for 2 or 3 years. You've been to them.
I was with you quite a few times, sir.
I can't say enough. The parents live so vicariously through these kids, it's sickening.
Sure.
And the same goes for the coaches. They all think they're the next Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
As they scream, block, 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 like 600 times in a row to a kid that's 9, like freezing his ass off.
Hey, if you don't want to run, get off the field!
That's a great example of the kids. You know, I mean, God, I mean, let's settle this over here. Kid, just keep working out.
That's the best thing he said.
You're right there.
No,
Hey,
that's what
you
he said.
run.
He's like, that's what he said. He's like, we did it to protect the kids from seeing us. Meanwhile, they're in a bush over here. He's whacking the piss out
Throwing
of
haymakers in the backyard, you know. I mean, behind the shit, you know.
What is this? I mean,
You know,
Wow, the guy's got a shattered eye socket, broken nose, concussion. Man, Dad didn't get the good end of that.
no.
no, but it's been going on for years. I mean, you and I played baseball together. When we were 12, 13, it was the same thing on a different scale. You know, no one was throwing haymakers, but hey, up here, that was a ball.
Well,
Get
I
my
mean,
kid in the game.
We had an incident. I don't know if we were playing, but my father had to tackle one of my coaches for charging across the field, you know, because they started arguing. I was at shortstop, basically pissing my pants. I didn't know what was going on. 8 years old, I'm at shortstop, and they keep arguing, and my father, he charged after the other coach. My father had to jump the fence and tackle this animal. And this is back in 1882, whenever I was...
Right, Smitty?
Yeah,
You know about that one.
Smitty knows about that. Smitty, weren't you umpiring that
Your
game?
coach.
No, he was umpiring.
Oh, yeah.
He was
You
umpiring.
blew that call.
He was awful as an umpire. He was awful, this guy. Terrible. But I mean, it's been going on forever.
Oh, yeah. It's only getting worse is the thing.
God, I mean, it's just...
Bring the lawyers guns and money, I guess, right? You know.
Oh,
that's
it's-
ridiculous.
But I mean, we have, like we said last week, we haven't been able to be failures yet, but I mean, you two are going to be failures. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, the World Series is New York, Philly. Watch now,
Yeah.
the Dodgers rip off 3 in a row.
Don't
Man,
come
Manny's
to
gonna come out of the shower and
so
save
bad.
everybody with his cape on.
Hey, I'm the ultimate
Oh,
jinx.
jeez.
Trust me, I jinx myself many times.
Hold on, you got a little wood right on there on the
I'm rooting
stage.
for the Phillies.
Oh, come on,
I'm rooting
brother.
for the Phillies right here, I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I'm rooting for them. They're not going to beat the New York.
It's going to be tough.
I mean, I think it'll be a good series, though.
Should be.
But let's
should
not talk about that yet.
7.
And then we have the Pats London. We'll hit on that next
Yeah,
week a little
yeah.
bit.
Brady will be exposed out there. No,
We need a little more time. Like I say, I'm complaining to the studio every week to get more time. I'm sorry. We have so much stuff jammed into this. The first segment was tough, but we will get more time eventually.
Studio will give it eventually.
We're working.
We're working on it.
So we're gonna sign it off here. We got Steve Marshall on my right, Tommy Slats on my left. I'm Chuck Hanf. Thanks to my stepson Mikey for his Aussie, even though he's been a little under the weather, so we had to cut down his time a little bit on that segment. You know, he had to go to bed, take a little cold medicine. So thanks to Mikey, thanks to Michelle, and until next week,
Stay thirsty,
stay
my friends.
thirsty, my friends. Go away, Rod.